Hello and welcome to Getting Candid with me, your girl Helen. You know this Zimbabwe edition brought to you by Laka FM 103.3. I'm super excited to get to know my neighbors across the Zambezi River, the ones that want to steal our Victoria Falls. But we are good. Joining me now is a beautiful lady, charming lady, funny lady, talented lady, Kudzai AKA Mbuya. I was rehearsing this name, so I need to pronounce it correctly.
Yes, get it
Mbuya
right.
Vapiyasoni. Mbuya Vapiyasoni.
Try. Yeah. You're there.
I'm there. Please pronounce it correctly for me.
Okay, my name is Kudzai AKA Mbuya Vapiyasoni.
Vapiyasoni. Why am I having difficulties? Because it kind of sounds like a Nyanja name. I don't understand why I'm struggling to.
I pronounce it in our Shona language like Piyasoni.
Yeah, what does it mean?
I have no idea, but it's actually an English name.
Oh, really?
But then I brought it back home.
Anyway, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Welcome to Getting Candid with Helen.
Thank you for having me.
I'm excited that you agreed to feature on the show.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, and I know my people are going to love you. They're going to enjoy this.
I hope so.
Yes.
My Zambian people, Zambia and Zimbabwe, we're all the same.
We're all the same.
We are one nation.
Exactly.
Even the faces, you look Zimbabwean, by the way.
Really?
Yeah, you do a lot.
Oh, I need to shift here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? But, so who owns the Victoria Falls?
It's ours, of course.
We have a better side.
We can't argue about that.
Yeah, no. We have a better side. We have the devil's pool and everything.
Yes,
the better view.
The devil's pool. And we have the falls.
We have the better view as well of the falls.
But it means something. You have the devil's pool, we have Victoria Falls.
Okay, we have the Mosotunia.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Hey, so I was intrigued when I saw your bio and you started accounts and you're in theater, you're a comedian. Just let's take it back a little bit. When did your interest in theater begin? Like at a young age?
I would say I've always wanted to be an artist. But I then started accounting because my dad is a retired chartered accountant, typical African man.
Yeah.
So he was like, in as much as you want to be an artist, if you want to do arts, at least first of all study what I've studied. So
Specifically what he has studied.
Not anything else, what he studied.
You were an A student, mathematics, yeah?
Exactly. So because I was very good when it comes to academics, he thought that's the path I was supposed to walk in.
Yeah.
So when I finished accounting, I got my certificate. I was like, Dad, I'm done with this. Now can I pursue what I've always wanted? Yeah. And that way I realized that he did me good because I negotiate my own deals. I do everything on my own. I have a better understanding because of the background, the accounting background. It's actually helping me in the arts industry. So in 2016, that's when I started doing theater in Masvingo. It's a small city. It's now a city. It used to be a town. So that's where I come from. And I started doing theater in 2016. Literally, I had gone to that theater to record music because I'm also a musician.
Multi-talented.
Yes. I would say so.
Yeah.
I'm proud
embrace
of
it.
myself.
Embrace it. Yeah, you have to.
So I went there and I was doing music. I was recording music, and then there is a guy called Michael Ketani Banda. He told me that I see something in you. I think you can make a good actress. Of course, I loved acting because back home I would stand in front of a mirror and try out some characters.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, let me go for it. I started doing theater and he trained me to be a professional actress. And from there, I got a job as a full-time actress in Harare, the capital city.
Yeah.
I got paid every month for acting.
Wow.
And it was quite fulfilling. You know how it is when you get paid for something that you love doing. I took the opportunity, and then that's when I discovered the character Mbuya Vapiyasoni.
Okay. And before we go there,
Yes.
firstly, I want to commend you for appreciating the education that you got,
Yes.
as much as your parents were not were kind of pushing you.
Yes.
Because I feel like, as an artist, whatever kind of form of art, if you have a chance to study, do study. It opens up your mind in different ways.
Yes.
That will still help your art grow. So I really like that for you.
Yeah.
I really like that for you. But my question is, when you gave them the paper and you said, I'm going to now do what I want to do, weren't there a bit of like drawback from your parents? Like, or did they just say, okay, fine? Because I mean, if I have you study, I want to see you at least even practice, even just for a little bit.
I think the advantage that I had is that, I couldn't get a job. So that time when I was still looking for a job, when I was sending out CVs, I was like, let me just do what I want to do. And then I started doing it. At first, they didn't appreciate it. But then when I got a job as a full-time actress in Harare, that's when they started believing in me.
Yeah.
And trust me, when I got to Harare, it didn't take me 3 months. Already the company chose me to go and represent them in Sweden.
Oh, wow.
And that was my first time to board a plane.
Yeah.
It was an amazing experience. That's when my dad was like, I think you were right all along. But then we had to give you a foundation so that, sometimes this type of work, it gets to a point where we get to the climax and then, the graph like just goes down like that. We are not going to be funny forever.
Some are funny forever.
I'm not sure about that. So he wasn't sure about that. So he was like, you can be funny, you can do all you want, but then have a foundation. And I'm realizing that it's very important because I advertise for companies, I now advertise for corporates, I use my social media for business purposes.
Positively.
Exactly. I have more adverts than like general skits, and I make sure I invest in those adverts to be hilarious and very funny, so that I keep the work coming.
Yeah.
So I want to thank him for that.
Beautiful. So now you are called Mbuya
Vapiyasoni.
Vapiyasoni. It's V, but you say Vapiyasoni.
V-A.
Oh,
yeah,
Vapiyasoni.
Vapiyasoni, yes.
Vapiyasoni.
So it's in other words, it means Pearson's grandma.
Yeah.
That's what it means.
Oh, Mbuya is also granny.
Yeah.
So
Is it?
yeah.
Oh, you see?
Mbuya is granny in my
We are.
We are one.
We are.
So I'm just how did that character, you were trying to explain how that character was born?
So it was around 2020, we had COVID. So as a company, we always do developmental work. We used to do developmental work. We would go into companies, we would go into schools, doing developmental work. So now we were in the COVID era now. So we could not go to the companies, to the schools. So our director was like, look for something that you can do on social media, and we have to keep on conscientizing people about how they are supposed to protect themselves so that they don't get COVID.
Yeah.
So we were asked to come up with concepts so that we deliver the message, we relay the message on social media using jokes, using short skits. So that's when I discovered, at first it was just the landlady. So, and then I had this concept of me being the mother-in-law, I'm like the mother-in-law who's always asking about stuff that she's not supposed to ask, and I have my son-in-law, and my son-in-law was Baba Pearson's father. So I would ask awkward questions to a son-in-law, you know how it is.
Yeah.
So then people are the people in the comment section, they're the ones who then say Mbuya Vapiyasoni. They gave me that name.
Oh, nice.
It wasn't me.
Nice.
I was just that landlady who had son-in-law. Like she would like call him in the middle of the night and just ask stupid questions like, I hope you are not just sleeping. This child of yours is now getting old. I hope we are going to expect. And I would ask for like the bride price, like him every time. I would say, are you sure you haven't finished paying bride price? So you have
even
to make
here,
sure.
okay, now in my country they barely allow somebody to get the woman before they finish paying.
Is it?
Yeah, back then it was very common. Like you pay half, the woman is yours. But these days, most of them are like finish the bride price before.
I think I should be Zambian because it's a whole different issue here in Zimbabwe.
They don't finish.
Even the law, there is a law that I don't know if it's a law or it's still under like going through my several discussions. I don't know if it's now a law, but then I heard that right here in Zimbabwe, it's okay for people to just cohabit. And just
like
stay. Yeah,
they are going to legalize that,
and it's considered a sealed marriage, even if you don't pay bride price. So if you go your separate ways, you split in half.
even without paying bride price.
Yes.
Oh,
That's Zimbabwe for you.
oh wow, that's totally different.
Yeah, it's very different from Zambia.
Yeah, no, it's very
But I prefer Zambia.
For us, you have to pay for the full bride. What are there's no repercussions if somebody doesn't finish paying?
No, but then we have our culture.
Yeah.
Sometimes when
Actually,
when
it's
the
a
lady passes on, sometimes they would say, "This one we
not
won't do
bury-
anything. We won't bury her until
Yeah.
you pay the
Thank
full
you.
amount."
That's what
But then
happens.
there's the law now.
Yeah.
The law says if you do that, it's against the law. You're supposed to bury. Your issues have nothing to do with someone who was arrested. Please let the person rest.
Yeah.
Your issues you'll deal with them later.
I kind of like that though, because I think it feels bad when you're trying to mourn and then others are like, "We're not burying this woman because you didn't finish paying."
I think you can never make a Zimbabwean man pay if he doesn't want to.
Oh my God. Should I be glad I didn't get married to a Zimbabwean man?
No, they're good men in Zimbabwe, but I'm just telling you. I'm not saying
I've got friends who told me when you go to Zimbabwe, find us some good Zimbabwean
they're very good
men.
men here.
Yeah?
Trust me, very good men here.
I can hook my friends up.
But you need to keep your eyes wide open so that you see them clearly. If you want lenses, please
Double it.
Double the lenses. That's my.
No. Okay. I diverted. I was just curious because, like, I know it's a big issue for us. I know like cohabiting is big right now, but when it comes to marriage, you have to pay bride price.
Yeah, you have
to pay bride price, and usually these days, because people are saying most of these guys when they get women they relax, they don't finish.
Yes,
so finish before you get our daughter.
And it's also a way of honoring your woman.
Yeah.
Yes.
So a lot of people are just finishing.
Yeah.
So you are asking your son-in-law for the bride price.
Yes, and I have this skit I did. I remember when I was actually in my son-in-law's house, and he was busy asking me, "Where did you get the key?" Locksmith. What else? What do you expect? I have my spare key. Who did you tell? How can you just have a spare key without us knowing?
Yeah.
Then I was telling him, we are a family. What are you saying? After all, you didn't pay the bride price in full. So why are you asking me questions like that?
Yeah.
Like, I don't. I'm that granny. Mbuya Vapiyasoni is that granny who doesn't have boundaries.
Yeah.
That's she can get to the bedroom and say, "Oh, these colors are not complementing colors."
Oh
here.
my God. So
What
nosy.
are you guys doing here?
She's so nosy.
She's nosy like that.
So when I sent your bio and your pictures, because they sent me your persona, like the character.
Okay.
When I met you, I'm like, no, I don't remember being told that I'm interviewing her. Like, you wear your character so well.
Thank you.
That, like, it just fits. Like, it's too... Kudzai is different and Mbuya is also different.
Yes.
Which for me shows how good of an actress you are. Do you also do stand-up?
Stand up. I can't.
Yeah?
Okay, in as much as people see the crazy Mbuya Vapiyasoni, I'm also someone who's very shy
Away from.
when I'm in front of people.
Yeah.
I'm very shy, but people don't really get that.
Yeah.
That you can be funny, but then on stage,
No, I understand that.
being behind the camera and being in front of people, they are two different things. So stand-up comedy, no.
It's not for you. But how big is like, the way you're doing your skits on social media? It's kind of like growing so big in Zambia. How big is it in Zimbabwe? How's the competition with other like
Content creators?
Yeah, content creators.
There's the competition. Like, okay, I don't want to use the word competition. There's a pool of content creators in Zimbabwe, and each and every content creator has their own niche. I am Mbuya, others are who they are. So I would say, from my end, I appreciate everyone as they are. And we also collaborate a lot because we believe everyone has his or her own path, but we can all make it and we can collaborate and make good content. People love collaborations.
Yeah, no, collaboration is the way to go. And,
Yeah.
I think that's something that we need to encourage in every aspect.
True.
I want to see you collaborate with some Zambian content creators, because that's how we'll grow.
Exactly.
Otherwise, if we just keep to our space, just like that.
One thing I realized, social media has no boundaries. You cannot limit it to Zimbabwe, you cannot limit it to Zambia, you cannot limit it to America. So I think collaboration is the way to go, because the more you collaborate, the more you grow, the more you exchange followers. Because I discovered, maybe it's me, I don't really care about followers. I care about the good content you post. Because even if you have few followers, if you have good content, people will watch that content and people will get an appreciation of what you do as a team.
Yeah.
When you team up, I'm glad we are having this interview. Shows that we are collaborating.
Exactly. This is the same collaboration that we're talking about,
which is a good thing.
Yeah.
Because we are growing brands together. We're holding hands, and I discovered that you become powerful together. No man is an island.
Yeah.
So
I want to know what this you mentioned about how you are now advertising for brands. What brands are you associated to right now?
Okay, I'm brand ambassador for Old Mutual.
Oh, nice.
Yes, Old Mutual Funeral Services, Zimbabwe. I'm also a brand ambassador for Hazy Motors Logistics. They do car importation. I'm also brand ambassador for Junior High School, back in Mashingo. It's a private school that does Cambridge. I'm also a brand ambassador for Organic Care. They do natural remedies for different conditions. Which one? I'm also brand ambassador.
Girl, you are busy.
Dream Cosmetics. They do cosmetics.
Yes.
So yeah, I think yeah.
That is beautiful. How do you think? What do you think you did right that made these brands get attracted to you? Because there are people that have so many followers.
Yeah.
But they're not getting the business side of things. How do you think you aligned yourself so well that these people are able to approach you and trust you with their brands?
I think social media is very simple. When you get to social media, you're supposed to first of all know the reason why you're there. So for me, because of that accounting background, I went there to look for money because accountants love money.
Yes.
So I discovered that in order for you to make it to the corporate world, in order for the corporates to in order for me to get endorsements, I had to structure it and see where others were lacking. I maximized on other people's weaknesses. I'll be very honest.
That's nice. No, but that's how you grow, eh? Yeah.
So I discovered that there is no Mbuya on social media. That's one. So I was like, okay, let me use this anchor as Mbuya because there is no Mbuya.
Yeah.
I did that, and then I discovered that there is You know, sometimes how you present yourself on social media matters. The reason why brands want a lot to do with me is because I only post work stuff on my social media page. On my own all socials, I post work only. No one knows who I'm married to. No one knows my kids. No one knows what I've eaten today. No one knows what I'm doing like during the weekend. No one knows that. Because I just thought maybe I just have to disclose something that has to do with my character. Mbuya Vapiyasoni is the character. People are supposed to see Mbuya. They have nothing to do with Kudzai. Kudzai is not the owner of the page. I have my own life. My personal life. So that's what corporates want. They don't want to know about you. They
don't want your drama.
They don't want our drama, trust me. Because we all have our certain level of, you know, we all have social lives. But my social life has nothing to do with work. That's why because they don't want drama.
I like that you've managed to separate your personal life and your social media life, because that's what a lot of, I think, people are struggling with. Most of them, what brings them down is when their personal life gets entangled with whatever they're doing on social media. And I think the creators that are watching right now can learn one or two things from you. But also, I think you are staying with those brands because you're committed when you sign a contract.
True. Because when you sign a contract, you're saying, I'm able to do this and deliver. You deliver on time. You don't wait for them to ask for their content. If you're supposed to post. Because already you have the money. It's exchange of services. So you have to make sure you deliver the best, so that the other companies, and remember, I always tell myself, each and every time I get work, I tell myself that whatever I'm going to do on this specific job, it's going to make me get more work. So I'm 100% committed to every single person who comes, every single company that comes my way. I treasure them because they are taking me to the next paycheck. That's it.
I like that you look at it like that.
I'm an accountant. Why not? We love money.
Sorry.
We love money.
We
love money. So you have to make sure you do everything wholeheartedly. And the other thing is I put God first.
Very important.
I put God first. And I make sure I tell him before I do anything. He leads the way. I'm a Christian, by the way. So, you know how it is. God all the way.
No, that's the way to go. There is something about content creators, just people in the media. Sometimes you find that things are not going your way because you have ideas. I want to take it like this. You even talk to God and say, God, this is my next step. Guide me. Then things are just like kind of hitting left. Have you ever faced that, and how did you overcome it? Because we've seen a lot of celebrities even drowning in drugs all the way to Hollywood because of so much pressure, because this job comes with pressure as well. It comes with pressure on how you can be creative, how to have the next door open for you. Have you ever been through that?
I think I've been through that, but behind closed doors. Just because, you know, the more you don't present your personal life on social media, you can deal with it behind.
How did you deal with it?
I take some time off when I feel it's too toxic for me. Because one thing I discovered on social media, not everyone likes you.
No.
And I remember I had this incident. We had this event, we had the awards. Like, these are the popular and most significant awards in Zimbabwe. Nama Awards. I had a dress that I was wearing. People trolled me because of that. Oh my God.
I know what you're talking about.
Left, right, center. The streets were locked because of Mbuya Vapiyasoni's dress. I would say Kudzai's dress because I wasn't Mbuya Vapiyasoni. Oh my God. That was my first time to face backlash, like left, right, center.
What were they saying about the dress?
It's ugly.
Yeah.
You look like
They didn't
like
make
a sangoma, like a
Oh
traditional healer.
Now
You
I
look
want to
like,
see that dress.
oh my god! But I had
I'm
I had a
sorry.
different interpretation of the dress, but then
Yeah.
people were like, no. And also the camera that was used to take a photo that was circulating. I was like, but the dress is beautiful. To me, it was beautiful. I loved it.
Yeah.
And I got trolled. But then what I did, I discovered that when you get trolled, I discovered that it just goes for 2-3 days. But when it hits hard. Trust me. But then I had friends who were there for me. And they told me everything is going to be okay. I had my mother telling me it happens.
Yeah.
Especially friends. Oh, I want to appreciate my friends.
Yeah.
I have good friends, by the way.
Yeah.
They were like, especially the other one was like, she's also an actress. She was like, come right now. We need to do a skit about this. And just so that people just ignore it and then let's just make a skit. Let's make fun of the situation right now. You have to believe deep down that we are making fun of the situation and we are letting it go.
Yeah.
Because we didn't do anything wrong. People are just trolling. And then we did a skit. It went viral again. And then the dust settled. Just like that.
Nice. Oh yeah. No, that is never easy. I know. I've been there. That is never easy.
You've been there.
Yeah. That is never easy.
Being trolled.
Yeah.
is
You
not
can
easy.
you can ignore it, but it hits, like you said. When it hits, it hits.
It hits hard.
It hits
You need
hard.
genuine people to be there for you because trolling. I remember I was in my blanket since morning. I was crying. I was crying in my blanket.
Well, I didn't cry. I was just like, but why are people hating me so much?
I'm
Why
a very emotional
Why are
person.
people hating so much?
You know what? I am a very emotional person and
Yeah.
I'm very expressive.
Yeah.
So I was like, this hit me hard. And my friends were calling and they were saying, are you okay? I'm like, I am not okay.
Yeah.
What I loved about it is my fellow content creators were like, there's Mama V. Mama V is also a content creator. It's a guy who acts as a woman. And he told me that you are not supposed to let people like troll you like that and you just keep quiet. No.
Yeah.
And then there's another content creator, Caroline Mashinga, and I have my friend. She's a backbone. She is like my therapist. She's everything. And she would call, today, are you okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Like she treats me like a patient. She's always saying, is the patient okay today? Did she take her meds? Did she take her food?
Yeah.
She's one person who checks up on me when she knows I'm not okay. And it's a privilege to have people like that, like, be there for you. So I'll give credit to the people around me. And the reason why I have people like that around me, it's because I am a very blunt person. I am someone who says a spade, there's a spade. So I don't have a lot of fake people around me. Because I tell you as it is.
Yeah.
So these people around me, they are not fake. They are blunt. We are all blunt. And it helped me have a lot of fake people away. So
Cool. So, you know how social media can be toxic, like you've experienced it. And how do you, like, you know, there's also social media dramas from content creators and sometimes they fight with each other.
yes.
How do you make sure that you just keep to your lane, make sure you're working on just building your brand? Because eyes on the ball.
It's because they are content creators. I don't know which type of content they specialize in. I don't know their niche. So it's not my business.
Yeah.
If they choose to do what they do, that's them. Everyone is allowed to be themselves. That's what I believe in. That's why I don't even get into their lane or judge. I don't judge.
Yeah.
Because we have different reasons why we are on social media. So I just, I don't know, effortlessly I stay in my lane. Effortlessly.
Nice.
Yeah.
So right now you're just on social media, no TV shows?
No, I don't have.
Okay.
But I would love to. I would love to have a podcast. You know,
Yeah.
I have a vision of having a podcast.
Yeah?
Yeah. but I'm not into it right now.
Yeah.
But I would love to,
That's nice. You
because I
should.
love talking. You've noticed.
Yes. Yes. And just what about acting? You want to do movies, those kind of things?
Yes, sure. I've done I've done movies like not as Mbuya Vapiyasoni, but as me, as Kudzai. I've done movies. I've featured in several movies, and also I'm looking forward to having my own movie, because I'm also a script writer.
Nice.
Yes, I also write scripts. I'm a songwriter as well. I'm also looking into writing songs for myself and others as well. So I have a picture of like spreading my wings and not just be on social media doing skits. I have a bigger vision. I also want to do developmental work on my own. I also love women empowerment. I love to see women shine. I love to see women making it. So I also want to do something to do with women. I also want to educate people about the things that they think they are less important in life.
Like,
Less important, like educating people like about HIV and AIDS. People think it's something that we are not supposed to talk about. I love that. I also want to talk about like the reasons why women end up acting like victims when they can actually see the red flags.
yeah.
I want to talk about red flags. Yo, that topic. Yo, I need to.
Have you ever ignored the red flag?
Yo, I ignored the red flag until it turned maroon and blue black.
Oh my God! It was biting and hitting you.
It was something else. So I was like, and not once. I think as women we have a challenge.
Yeah.
I think we have that. We are motherly figures, so maybe we are lenient.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
We see red flags
Soft
and we
sometimes,
ignore,
too
and we'll be
soft.
like, "I'll come back stronger."
Yeah.
Even after like a terrible relationship, we are ready to get back on
Yeah.
track, and then see another red flag until it turns maroon again.
I want you to tell me a story about your worst relationship.
You want me to do?
Just summary, 2-3 lines. What happened?
Ooh. What I would say is I met a narcissist.
They're the worst.
They're the worst, right?
Yeah.
At least you agree with me. And the narcissist was abusive.
Physically or emotionally?
Narcissists are emotionally
Yeah.
abusive, and they can get physical. That was the worst.
Yeah.
And then the worst part was I had Stockholm syndrome. Now I would say he was angry. He was
giving
he
excuses.
didn't mean to.
Yeah.
He loves me, because narcissists sometimes when they like really mess up, they are quick to say sorry. They're good to the people outside, but with you, you see Pepe. You see Pepe, my friend.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that was the worst, and I don't regret having that kind of a relationship, because now I know. At least I think experience is the best teacher. I would say that.
You've been earlier on you mentioned about not posting the man you're married to. You've been married for how long?
10 years.
Oh wow.
Yes.
And, oh wow, that's a long time.
Yes.
That's how do you balance your work and being a family person on the side?
It's hard. Family is its own pressure. But then somehow you just, if you have someone who understands your type of work, your line of work, at first it was hard, like trying to convince someone, okay, you want me, like probably something pops in your head and you're cooking, you want to record it. He's hungry.
He needs food.
So it took a while until you got to a point where you understood, okay, I'm married to a content creator, because I started doing content creation after I got married. It didn't. Yeah,
okay.
I didn't. Yes, that's when I evolved and started discovering myself. So it was not that easy for him, because he was not used to that. So, and then he then adjusted later.
Okay.
So yeah.
Do you know any content creators in Zambia?
Yes, I know Vikacha. I know
My girl.
Vuli. I know Teresa.
Yeah.
Yes.
Would you want to do anything with local? Have you done anything with any of those? I know those three were in Zimbabwe.
Yes, I think we didn't get enough time to do more content, but I love those ones. They're amazing people.
Yeah, no, they are.
I think the next time I'm going to come to Zambia, we're going to do something.
When are you coming?
I'm counting days. Just know I'm coming.
No, we hope to see you, and we hope you can collaborate.
Definitely.
With some content creators, and just let's see what your brand can do in Zambia as well.
Definitely, definitely. I would love that. Because I see, those guys are crazy.
Yeah, no,
all of them are crazy.
They are.
The drunkard, then the one who doesn't want to see sin.
Yes.
She's always running around.
Vikacha.
And then Teresa, the dance moves.
Yeah.
She's crazy.
They're creative. And so what next for you as Kudzai, as... Yeah.
Okay, I'm expecting to... Okay, one thing that I would want to do is expand and do something that is beyond social media. Because one day people are going to say, enough of Mbuya. What then do you have to do? I want to raise other content creators. I want them to realize their potential. I already have people I've raised from my hometown. So that's one thing that I want to see other content creators flourishing. And I also want to branch, and like I told you, I want to do a podcast. I want to do developmental work. I also want to venture into farming. I've been studying, and now I have land, and I want to do it. I want to do something that is outside content creation.
Nice.
Just because I can't be a content creator forever. What if I lose my voice? I need something on the ground that can sustain me.
Yeah.
That's what I want to do.
What do you think we can do as people from maybe SADC region, especially, to make sure that we penetrate the big markets?
I think it starts with appreciating each other in our different circles, in our different countries. Like just appreciating that this one is also doing what I'm doing. And what if we hold hands? Collaboration is the way to go.
Yeah.
Collaboration all the way. So I just wish we could just have a common ground. It's supposed to be my duty to look, to search for Zambian actresses, to search for Zambian content creators, and then reach out to them, and then try to have collaborations. I'm very proud of Alice Taguia, who's my friend.
That's where I was coming to. Like, I want to say thank you to She Glows Magazine, Alice.
You know, she reaches out. We are different. She's an extrovert, I'm an introvert. But then we find ways of meeting halfway.
You balance.
We balance. She's an extrovert. You know, she's one jewel that Zimbabwe doesn't know they have. You can't have someone collaborate with the neighboring country when other people are not even thinking about that.
Yeah.
It shows that she knows the power of collaboration. She knows we are one.
True.
We are one. But then here in Africa, we don't really appreciate it.
Going to that, I'm really, really commending She Glows Magazine. Their work. If it wasn't for them, I wasn't going to be here.
Now.
You know.
You see.
So we need to start working together because we need to penetrate the bigger markets.
True.
Your numbers, our numbers, we put them together.
Everyone has numbers. Yes, exactly.
We keep elevating.
At least in the SADC region, where we won't even talk about anything else.
Yeah.
Because you know what? We have a common language. Anyone can understand English. We are communicating right now. So there's no need for us to not do greater things. We're just supposed to be on the ground and decide what we want to do.
Yeah.
And also just look into the things that we can do just to unite us. Like what she has done. She has managed to unite Zambians and Zimbabwe, and it's making noise. And people, sadly, not everyone knows about it right here in Zimbabwe. And we have to spread the word and make sure people get to know that there are collaborations going on so that they join the movement.
Exactly.
And we collaborate to the end.
Exactly.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Kudzai. Thank you for hosting me. What are you cooking for me tonight? I want to
Oh, I'm a terrible cook, by the way.
Aye.
Yeah.
I
I'm a
need to
terrible
eat
cook.
Zimbabwe food like.
Oh, there's a famous dish we have. It's for those people who hate cooking and they want to just put everything together and
What do you call it?
high fields.
What do you put?
You just put meat, the vegetables, like green vegetables.
Yeah.
You put the tomatoes, the onions, everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's done. If you want that, it tastes nice, but
You know-
it's
you know-
disorganized when you see it.
You know, we have that. We have the goat meat, which they sell on the street.
Okay.
Mostly that's what they prepare like that.
All right.
So it's like street food. So they get the goat meat, they'll put some vegetables. We call it supu ya mbuzi. Mbuzi is goat.
Yeah.
So
We also call it mbuzi.
oh, see? So we call it supu ya mbuzi. So that you don't really eat with shima. Other you can eat with shima, but usually it's something that you nibble on. Sometimes, especially when people are
Okay.
drinking, that's what they want to just be eating like it's big.
So I'll make you that. Are you ready?
Yes, please.
Fireworks coming.
With what sadza?
Just make sure you have your meds. I mean, anything to do with your tummy. Have your ginger on the side so that if something
Aye.
just pops,
You're
you know, you just
demotivating
take
me now.
ginger.
You are demotivating me.
No, I can't. You know, just expect an experiment.
Hi.
Each time I cook, it's an experiment.
Did
So-
you cook at the She Glows? Were you part of the people that I was part of the tasting
I
group?
was cheering them up.
We were together.
At least I got some time to hold that spoon and then just.
I was chief taster.
Is it?
Yeah.
Are you a good cook?
I think I try. My flavors are usually very good, so.
With spices, more spice or what?
You
Because
know,
we hide behind spice.
no, not
Spices,
really. If you don't know,
they
you know
could
the
very
way.
well also,
You know,
like,
but
they
you know
could
the
actually-
spices again. If you don't know how to use them, they mess up the food. So you have to actually understand on how
So
to
you
use spice.
understand?
Yes, I think I try.
Are you married?
Yeah,
You're married.
yeah.
Okay, so your wife material. That's a plus.
What?
Kumba.
What makes
That's
you-
a plus. To hold. That's your. You have to be a good cook in order for you to be marriage material.
But you
you
are not marriage material.
when it comes to me, I am married because of grace, the grace of God. It goes beyond being a good cook and everything else.
Oh my God.
So, when you see me, see grace.
Maybe you're good at other things.
Yes. Yes. I'm an accountant.
Yes.
So you organize everything. And
see?
everything is on point.
You see?
So I maximize on that.
Yeah.
And then when it comes to cooking, I'll send someone to do that for me. Or I'll then make sure that I have a cookbook or I have YouTube and then I start
Watching
experimenting.
I love to experiment with food. Like today, because I hate cooking the same thing every day. I'm
Is
like,
it?
how am I going to cook this differently? We've been eating it the same way. Like, let me try.
And the funny thing, if I taste something funny, I'm like, what's this?
Yeah, usually
What's
people who
this?
don't
And I
like
can't
they're like
even-
that. Yeah.
What's this?
Yeah.
That's me.
No, that's how it is. Thank you so much. How can people find you on social media?
Okay, I am Mbuya Vapiyasoni on all my social media platforms. The only difference is that on Instagram is Mbuya_Vapiyasoni and also TikTok. But the rest it's Mbuya Vapiyasoni.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for
I've
having
enjoyed
me.
the conversation.
I've enjoyed. I can go like till tomorrow.
Yeah. Okay, guys, I hope you enjoyed that. Follow her on social media. She's really funny. You enjoy her videos. So go on, follow her, keep subscribing to the channel as well. From me, your girl Helen. Bye-bye.